Hey guys, Grassman here. Today we're going to be farming for yellow squares and trying to buy the rest of these. I don't know how realistic that is. In total, these cost 3,000. So 3,000 yellow squares. I don't think we can farm that in one day. But we're gonna try. So this ship is still weaker. So we want this one. This one's stronger. Is this the right build? I don't know. Oh well. So we want to go here. And then I guess we just push forward as we, get through the yellow ones. We can just zoom forward through most of them. This ship is so much stronger. We're only shooting the black and white ones. Isn't there a stronger projectile than this? Oh, jeez. No, we hit the strongest one. What is this? Oh, I need to set it to non-dynamic. Oh, I need to, set it to stay on the sideways motion. I'm just holding it right now. I need to change a couple of settings. Yeah, so we're gonna try and... Because I think some of the last things to do are, the challenges, which I've already said I'm not doing again, because those are way too annoying. I think I've decided I'm not doing those more. Buying these, and, just, super building the captain going further and further in waves, which is gonna take, at some point it might take, hours to actually get that far in waves. At which point, I guess I'm gonna have to, load something on the PS4. What are the settings for this? Settings. Touch sticky. What was the other thing? That wasn't it. Oh, right. Turn off dynamic. That's interesting. Yeah, so... Damn it, what was I saying? Yeah, I guess at some point I'm gonna have to, turn on my, PS4. It's interesting how it's leaving, dots behind. I'll turn on the PS4, play games for, 2 hours, and then I'll come and record the video, as I'm already, seconds away from dying. Because that's, how long it's gonna take to actually get anywhere. I don't know what to, do much. I guess this game's kind of, at this point, just become a bit more farming-like. It's just, I get time to talk. I finally figured out the, last bit of the 4x4 cube. So if you want to hear my journey of Rubik's Cubes, I learned the 3x3 a long time ago. I learned the 3x3 a very long time ago. Maybe 5 years. Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Then I wanted to learn the 4x4. And so I learned almost the entire thing. And I'm, addicted to Rubik's Cubes at this point. So I'm doing, the entire 4x4. And I learned the whole thing, except for one bit. And that was 3 years ago. I remember the time when I first memorized it. And that was 3 years ago. I remember specifically it was in the summer. I was out camping. It was while I was out camping, probably 3 years ago. And then, for whatever reason, I just, didn't continue, and I ended up forgetting it. And then, I kind of, I slowed down my cubing a bit. So I stopped, doing them constantly. And because of the pandemic, I used to do it whenever we were out in the car, whenever we were out shopping. Because, as a kid, I was dragged around by my parents. Now, during the pandemic, just none of that happened, so I haven't been doing them as much. I do them more now with, school and stuff. I do them in school, I do them a bit more at home, getting back into them. So I finally, I still have the 3x3 and most of the 4x4 memorized, but it's this one thing, this one parity, where you have, just, assuming you're doing, white first and yellow last, which is how I do it. I think that's probably, the most common way. There's a parity where 2 of the yellow and 2 of the other ones will be flipped. And you can end up solving it to where it's just that point, and I was able to solve it to that point for like years now. So I've always been able to do most of the 4x4, but not the entire thing. Now I have finally taken the liberty to memorize that last bit, and I have the cube right here. I can't really show you. I can do it though. It's you take the right side down, and then you spin the top twice. It's only like the inner right. Then the inner left down, you spin the front twice. Inner left back up, spin the front twice. And then inner right twice, and then top twice. Then inner right back, top top, inner right down, top top, front, inner right twice, and front. And my cube was actually solved, so I just messed it up here, so I'm gonna do it again. There we go. So down, twice, down, front, back, front, twice, top, back, top, down, top, front, down, spun, and done. So I finally have that part memorized. Could you, like, hear the clicking of the Rubik's Cube? I hope so. Otherwise it's just gonna be, like, me awkwardly saying words while it's just, like, the rest is silence. I think I forgot to put music in the last Miner Gun Builder video. I do have to remember to do that here. I do still want to, like, find more no copyright sounds music. I was having, like, a problem with their site. I was, like, looking for... I found some good music, and then it, like, couldn't access it or whatever. I don't know what happened, but I'm still trying to... I found one already. I found one. So I'm gonna start... I'll tell you what. Right now... It's only been 7 minutes? Jeez. I thought we were, like, 13 minutes in or something, at least. I guess not. So I will, like, right now, at 7 minutes, if I remember that. At 7 minutes, I will start playing that, I will play that song, so you guys can hear the song I found. And I will find some other music, too. I don't know if it'll, like, be in this video. If it is, I'll put it, like, after this time. If I find enough, maybe I'll put it before, but I don't know if I'm even going to, like, look for more at the moment. I will at some point soon, but not immediately. I also have a whole bunch of projects I need to actually, like, start working on. They're not really, like, YouTube things. Like, one is I thought of a better, like, an interesting, not a better, but another way to play chess. It's like a chess variant. It's like, I call it, like, superior chess. That being said, it's just more confusing, not superior. And basically, it's just, the board's a 10x10 instead of an 8x8, and there's, like, a couple extra pawns, and then there's a whole row of back pieces. So initially I was, like, deciding whether or not to do, like, to have, like, a superior queen, and does that, like, what's the superior queen do? Does she, like, gain the knight's moves, which is called an Amazon in, like, the chess variants? So, like, I had a superior queen, like, superior king, what does he do? Do you have to, like, checkmate either king or both kings? How does that work? And I ended up deciding on no king or queen in the back, just new pieces in those slots and in the extra slot. So there's superior rook, superior bishop, superior knight, which I've actually written down their stuff. I've actually, like, written down all the moves finally, because I was worried I was going to forget it, which is actually progress. So I've written down how they work. I still haven't, like, tested or anything, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do, like, that, like, in a video one day, I'll test it. I'd play a game against you, but last time I tried playing a game against, like, the online, they hung their queen. So, yeah. I mean, they walked into a fried liver, and then instead of saving their queen, they lost the queen. Yeah, so chess over YouTube, polls did not work. And then I also have, like, the Hollow Knight thing I want to do. I want to try and, like, find a route where I pick up like absolutely everything. I've started writing some stuff down for that to make, like, some progress towards it. So, like, every relic, every ability, pretty much almost everything, except I think I might exclude. You don't have to finish the Hunter's Journal. I might exclude marking everything. But I am including unlocking all, like, the secret paths. So, like, maybe I'll have it so you don't have to mark the Gome, like the Gome in the Crossroads. You don't have to mark the Gome, but you have to break the thing to it. And maybe I'll have it where you do have to look at specific things. You have to look at the Gome, look at the Garpede. But like killing a Duranda, that's not really incredibly necessary. So, I don't know, maybe I could do it where like I find one run where it's a complete everything, and then I find a second run. Here's the best, yeah. So one run where it's like a complete almost everything except for the journal, or except for like completing the journal, get as many entries as possible, but don't complete it. And the second one that's everything, and the second one that does include the journal. I'm thinking of just excluding the completion of the journal just because it's like extra, and it's not really necessary to like have gotten everything in the game properly. But everything else is going to be necessary, and I have most of it down. I'm not sure about the exact routing in Crossroads. I know like the generals. I know the route is Crossroads, Green Path, Fungal, then City, then Peaks. Because, like, of course, you get the option to, like, if you go Peaks first, then you can just go. Well, no, you can't. No, then you can't. Then you can't go down. How would you get to? There's a way without dive to get down to the catacombs, and I don't know what it is. There's a way to get to the catacombs in the second half of City without dive. I don't know what that is, though. But it's still better to go for dive anyway, because then we don't have to go back to a bunch of specific things in Peaks. We're going to have to go back with wings regardless. I think there's 2 spots we need wings, and I think actually in theory they could both be skipped. But if we're that's another thing. I haven't decided, like, do I exclude skips? Do you have to do something that's meant for wings with wings? Which, you know, wouldn't make much sense, but theoretically they could be done, but I want it to be more of an enjoyable run rather than, like, a find the fastest way around the map perfectly. But, you know, that is the point of a speedrun, so maybe. But, yeah, theoretically the 2 points that need wings could be skipped. There's also the thing of at what point do you pick up Lantern? Because you have to get Lantern. You do have to get Lantern. And especially because I don't want to learn Dark Deep Nest. But, like, do you end up with enough relics by halfway through to be able to afford the Lantern? And I think you will. It's just going to, like, possibly lose you some time going up to Dirtmouth and getting the Lantern. And, like, I could go with, like, a absolutely no skips kind of point of view, but, like, I don't know, I'm still deciding, because do I want it to be, like, more like how a proper speedrun would be, but I don't want to learn the dark paths. Like, maybe at some point if I ever really get into speedrunning, but I'd rather challenge run than speedrun. And of course some of that requires, like, Dark Deep Nest stuff anyway. But, like, I like the interesting, like, challenge run stuff. Like, I've been thinking of, like, trying to beat a Dungeons 3 level, without capturing any Fountains of Evilness. Because it would theoretically be possible, but via the sole reason, you can get evilness by killing people in the prison and the torture racks. And I could get a prison fairly early on. So it's possible I could really early on get a prison, like immediately, and then use that as the source of my evilness. And then the evilness is needed for, like, all upgrades in the upgrade thing, so it'd be just, like, a nightmare to try and, like, even survive, because they'd be sending such strong guys after just a short time. And I'd have to put everything to... Like, I could get a couple zombies if I just put them in the graveyard, but then then I, like, lose evilness. It wouldn't be that much, I could just do the weak guys in there. But I could put them in the prison to get skeletons, and I would also get the evilness. Let's go up. Let's go up here. We're just looking for, like, the best way to get more of these points. Yes, I got that chest thing. I have the Hollow Knight path I want to route. I'm really not sure about, like, what I'm going to do with the Hollow Knight thing. Because, like, most of the things just happen to work out. Like, I have to go sideways here. Like, the best way does seem to go to City and then Peaks. But the point is, it's supposed to be, like, a fun... I wanted it to be, like, a fun clear of the game. So I don't want, like, the grindy journal bit. So, like, marking everything in the journal, fine. Opening all the secrets, fine. I don't want the grindy journal bit. And I don't want, like, weird skips. It is supposed to be more of a fun challenge run than a speedrun. Maybe that decides it, then. It's a fun challenge run rather than a speedrun. Let me know your opinion in the comments, but I think I might decide it there. Because that is the point. It's supposed to be, like you clear the whole game, not you're, like, doing a bunch of challenging speedrun skips and stuff. And there could be some small exceptions. I know there's one point where it's like you jump off you can get a mask early on in the crossroads by skipping to do Moloch early, and you do Moloch early and you jump on a Vengefly to get a grub early. And like that's the thing, like some of those I'm gonna end up like doing anyway. Like even in I think in the Hollow Knight videos I've been doing, I did that. So don't record the next one, by the way. I did like those skips in the Hollow Knight video, clearing the crossroads. And I think those would end up being part of the run anyway, because like the crossroads are just kind of a way you can get through them like normally. So like you go through the normal way, kill Moloch pretty much immediately, open the lever, and then you have to like clear the top two, and then come back down. You open the stag station at some point, then come back down, fight the boss, and go across. But you also have to go the direction where the station is. You have to, like, kill one of the shield guys, assuming you have to mark everything. And there's also a Geo Rock under the station. You have to get all Geo Rocks. There's a grub in that direction, too. So I'm not sure when all of that features in. I probably could just put it in a small loop. There's also Sly you have to save, but you have to go back to Salubra at certain points anyway, so waiting with Sly could be better. But if you wait with Sly... Here, there's all these, like, complicated decisions of what do I do? What do I choose? And it's really hard to route in, like, a PS4, because I can't just put, like, save states everywhere and teleport around and test my times. It's really hard to time in the first place, but... then once you, like, get certain abilities, you can't really go back, and there's a lot of areas you just can't access unless you have, like, a complete account or something. And I do, but... That one I'm, like... My current complete account, I'm pretty much just saving for, like, fighting the bosses, because I can actually get a relatively, like... If I subtract, like, 40, 50 hours of playtime, from my main account, I can find the amount of time I've been grinding bosses. And I'm also gonna start grinding in another account. I'm making a second account now. So I've still got, like, my first account, the one I've been playing for over 250 hours in now. But I'm making a second account where I'm going to have, instead of Grimchild, I'm going to have, the Melody. Carefree Melody, that's it. I'll have Carefree Melody, and I want instead of, like, having the Shade Charm, I want the King Soul. Because the Shade Charm does nothing of consequence when you're in the, Pantheons. So I'll have King Soul instead for if I ever want to do, like, a challenge with it. And, like, King Soul and Grimchild specifically, I'm never going to have a use for, like, I need specifically King Soul and Grimchild. And if I do, I don't know, I'll create another account or something, but I don't want to, like, run through the whole game again. You notice how, like, after these shoot, they, like, leave a white dot, and then that white dot moves up after a while? I also watched some good movies recently. I haven't watched movies in a long time. I don't really, like, love movies anymore. I watched Snowpiercer, though, which is a great movie, and then I don't remember the name. I don't remember the name. I remember coming out of it feeling like... I was really pissed. Like... Hang on, I have to choose my words carefully here. Anyway. It was a movie about, like, space travel. I came out of it with, like, a sense of anger over the stupidity of the people. I'll say that. The people were so fucking stupid. Like, there was, like, there was one group of stupid people who were really stupid, and then there was the government, and then there were the scientists. And the stupid people were stupid, and the government was stupid, and it was like everyone except for the scientists was trying to constantly make the project fail, whether on purpose or not. And, like, I came out of it, like, so pissed at everything. Like, my god. And, like, the sad thing is, it reflected America pretty well. Like, everything that happened in the movie seems realistic to what would happen in America. And it was just fucking chaos. Which, yeah, I guess that represents America pretty well, doesn't it? Anyway. Yeah, I've got a couple of... This came from me, like, talking about the projects. I'm gonna learn the 5x5 Rubik's Cube at some point, too. Gotta keep writing, like, I've been, like, compressing my math notes. Like, all my math, like, work from this year, from grade 10, I want to compress into, like, an explanation, like an encyclopedia of Jack's grade 10 math. So that next year, when I'm going into the really complicated courses of math, I know what I'm doing, I have the book. If I ever want to come back to it when I'm, like, 40, I can just relearn everything quickly. Because, you know, I'm always going to be good at math, but maybe I'll forget over time. And, like, you know, the specifics I might forget. I might always remember, like, the Jericho problem, or Josephus, whatever his name was. Josephus. Jericho something else. I'll always remember, like, the Josephus problem, because, like, number file, I'll always be watching number file. But if I want to come back and I'm 40 and learn the specifics of the math stuff, if I want to learn the specifics, then I have those books I can look into. Because it's actually, it's something I had, like, said was, like, to one of my teachers was, like, there should be a spot where you can just go to learn everything you learn in the school year. And they were like, oh yeah, one of those places exists, it's just like, online. You can just look up the, blah 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 blah, place, your country, your province, you just look up the thing and it'll tell you what you're supposed to learn. But it doesn't explain, like, the math stuff. Like, I meant, like, specifically, like, you go to this site, and they can teach you the science, the math, and it's all just, like, on this site. And, like, sure, it wouldn't be, like, imagine, like, school, but just online. And, like, without tests. It wasn't, not a test-based school, you can learn things. Just go learn how to do math. It's just a website online. It's just, like, a digital page that explains how to do math, this kind of science. Just simplify it, for if I'm interested, so I can go learn. Just simple. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. I've been talking for quite a while. We have 1,500. We might actually be able to buy... We can buy a couple of them, at least. I don't know if any of these are, like, necessary. That one's 600. And that one's 600. So now we're only missing 3. And they total out to 1,800 left, and we have 300. So 1,500 more. So we can actually get it in one more farming time. If we farm like this one more time, that's enough. I'll keep dynamic off. Maybe I'll put this one on. Go for, like, one more. Anyway, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I do kind of like, yeah, I really like these, the nice neon blue. Don't know why there's occasionally, like, the purple one. Oh, no, it's a color fade. Oh, I love that. Perfect. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, if you enjoy my content, please like and subscribe. Maybe I'll do some offline farming, we'll see. And I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.